Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here's Rococo. This is the retail original edition. This is the deluxe edition. Both are by Eagle Gryphon Games. This one's going to have the artwork by Ian O'Toole, and you can already see that it's a much bigger box. If you put this on here, this is going to be the square, like Ticket to Ride box. It's about the same this way, but this is a little bit longer. And you can see here their thickness is roughly the same. But one is going to be the deluxe edition. So let's open these up and see what's inside. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice is going to have some advertisements here, and you're going to get a overview of the employee bonuses. This is on the back of the rule book here, and this is something you can pass around to the players. You're going to get 2 of those that will be in the box. Okay, as for the rules themselves, the Rococo, the new one, is going to be thicker because you're going to have a bunch of extras in here. The expansions will be in here and stuff. So this will be where the regular rulebook ends, and the remainder of this will be all of the variants and expansions and things that are in here. So for the most part, the rulebook is pretty similar. You're going to have a picture of the components. You can see it's all kind of squashed in here. You're going to have everything brought out to you, and then set up, you have a full 2-page spread where here it's all over on this side over here, and then the game kind of starts jumping in over there. The rules aren't really all that different. You can see here there's pictures, etc. It's kind of broken down in here. Kind of the same things that are going on in here. The rule book has been tweaked a little bit, as you can see, to include new pictures and to clarify some things in here, and the end of game scoring. All this is the same with examples and pictures and the bonus. And this one, you're going to get the same thing. So you're going to go through here, look at things. And I like the rule book for the first one, end of game, scoring examples, etc. So very, very similar. But this one, once again, is going to go on and have a lot more of the expansion stuff in it. I am going to set the boards aside. We'll take a look at those in a few minutes. So the first thing you're going to notice right off the bat is that this is going to have some sort of insert in it. This is just everything kind of stuck together. You are going to end up with 3 bags in here that all have the logo on it. This one, you get 1 generic black one. In here, you're going to have the different tiles. These tiles will be what is required, and you flip it over and it shows the artwork and the victory point for the person. In here, you're going to get the same thing. They're going to have different artwork, but they are roughly the same size, as you can tell here. This one is a little bit thicker. The new one's thicker. The width of it is where it's going to be a little bit better quality. You can see that you're going to have the requirements here on the left, where this one is kind of has it laid out. So the layout's a little bit different. The thickness, etc., are a little bit different than you would expect on a deluxe edition. Now these extra 2 bags are used for expansion stuff, which we're not going to look at in the scope of this too much, but you're going to have some additional tiles, etc., that will be in here for use during the game. And you're going to have 3 of these bags with the logo on it, as opposed to just the 1 generic black one. This will be an additional board that's used in the expansion that comes with the deluxe edition. This is not in this version of it, but just kind of know that it's here. And once again, as I said in the rulebook, there is a lot of additional expansion in here. As you take this cover off, you'll be able to see that there is a nice insert in here that keeps everything, well, as you can see, some of it's come out, but keeps everything relatively in its place. It's not the best of inserts that I've had, but it does do its job that you're requiring it to do, which is to hold this stuff in. So there are some stuff in here that isn't in the other one. These plastic card holders are not in there. You can see the tiles. These are much thicker than what you're going to get in this game right here. You can see the resources are all cubes and cylinders. And you have a bunch of these little circles in here. And here you're actually going to have things that look like it. So here's maybe your yarn. As you can see, it's very custom made. You're going to have some of these that look like they're supposed to look. And then your cubes, instead of just being circles, are actually going to have your insignia on each of those. As you can see, they all look a little bit different, and they're going to have different aspects of that. So that's a nice little touch, where this one's getting those generic, I call them Martin Wallace. I just remember them always being in Martin Wallace games. So in this one, you're going to have this money. One of my big complaints with this money is it does come in different colors, and it does have different numbers on it, but all the money is the same size. In this one, actually, you're going to get metal coins. And they will all have different colors and different sizes in here. As you can see, the 20 is not the same size as the 5, etc. And it's metal, so that's going to be very attractive for a lot of gamers. This one, you're also going to get like a first player. That's like a really nice like metal thimble here that you will have. You have additional content here that you wouldn't have in the other one, like this little miniature that comes pre-painted. It almost feels like a porcelain thing. Very, very nice that you're going to get here. And that's part of an expansion that you can utilize in the game and the tile that goes with it. I should notate that all the tiles are very, very thick in this version. A little bit thinner over here. The cards have a different style of artwork with different artists, of course. You can see the icons on the bottom here and the different cards that you're going to have. Very easy to use, but it has that Eno tool kind of look to it that some of us have become very used to in Eagle Griffin games. These cards have a little bit more bright and vibrant. Now, I really do like the artwork in this game for the people, to be honest. The icons are very easy to see. I think the icons are easy. The iconography is good in both. It's just a matter of whatever style of artwork you want. These cards are not as nice. These are a little bit, the new ones are a little bit bigger. As you can see here, these are much more rounded, I feel like. A little bit smaller. If you ever play Thurn and Taxes or games in an era, you see a lot of games like this, where these are a little bit larger, maybe fit in your hand a little bit better. And the game does come with quite a bit of art and different aspects. Remember, it has a lot of expansion stuck in this version of the game. You're also going to get any number of tiles that just kind of have the resources that you're required to have. They're a little bit smaller in this one. They have a different shape to them, where this is more of your traditional square. This is going to have the rounded edges around. It's going to fit on the board a little bit better. That you're going to have here. And you're going to have a ton of these with all the expansions and things that you can see that are in here. And it comes with even more components than what this would have. Here is the board. It's double-sided. This is with the original retail version that was originally published. You can see it's very colorful, very vibrant. I like the fireworks at the top. I think the board works really, really nicely. And then this one will be the deluxe edition of the board. It's going to be a little bit larger, and it's going to have more aspects to it. I don't think it's all going to fit here because it's so big the way I have the camera set up. But as you can tell, it has some size to it. So it is about twice as long, not quite as big going this way. As you can see here, the fireworks at the top. It is also double-sided, as you can tell from this aspect of it. So that's about the board cut in half. You can see that, let me measure this up. So it's going about twice as long, maybe 1.5 times long that way. But the old one is much taller than this one is. I think it is beautiful. You can see the little king guy up there, the guy playing the piano. Here's the king guy. You have a lady playing a violin instead. So there's a few changes to the board, as you can tell from it. But both are very beautiful, and it's really what style that you like. This one seems like it's maybe been upgraded to be a little bit more user-friendly. So those are the boards. If I'm being honest, I probably like the original board a little bit better because I like that style of art. I like that color, really, I guess, the popping of the colors more in the style of the art. But your mileage may vary. This one's going to be bigger, more deluxe, and a larger girth to it. So these are the two versions of Rococo. Both are very good. If you can get this version, I think it's a very nice version. Deluxe edition now obviously takes everything a step further, modernizes a lot of the components, includes the artwork of Eno Tool, and it kind of matches the set of games. They released a set of deluxe editions that utilize Eno Tool quite a bit, or in all of them, and it matches that set in the box size, and regardless, but it will take up more space, not only the table, but you can see the size of the box is quite a bit bigger. This is the classic version. I like the brightness. I like these reds. You can see the difference. Just from the box, you can see the difference in colors. The components are obviously much better here. This was out of print game for a while, so people were paying higher prices to get it. This is still going to be the more expensive of the two, so it depends on where you want to spend your money. Both accomplish the same thing, except for this one's going to come with a bunch of expansions. So maybe that's worth the price of admission to get all that extra stuff all in one box. You don't have to track it down like you would have to over here. Very good addition, and I prefer the deluxe edition. It's the one I'm going to keep over this one, but I tend to keep deluxe editions, especially ones done as well as this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope this is informative about the components between the two. Not a lot of changes in the gameplay per se, some tweaks here and there, and the extra expansions, of course.